Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No more black tears, no more black tears. We back, you know what I'm saying? It's me and Verkeezy, man. We do it for the people, man. We do it for our people, man. Man, what we talking about today?
So speaking of the people, a lot of people on the internet for the last week have been talking about Meg and Klay's breakup and the fact that Meg ran to Bill Nye the Science Guy's internet and started crying, saying Klay Thompson gaslit her for months, bringing her around his family. I think she said buying a home together, having her cook for him, having her think that they was in a committed relationship that was going to lead to marriage. Just for once the NBA season ended, he really told her, in the words of Paul Pierce, my bad, let me phrase it, the truth, the great Paul Pierce, Meg really was just some work, Rose, apparently. Yeah. And now a lot of women, especially black women, on Bill Nye the Science Guy's internet, furious with Klay Thompson, saying that Klay Thompson was a nobody before Meg came around, that she brought him up on the global stage, and he should be grateful. What's your thoughts on the Meg and Klay Thompson situation?
Man.
Oh, by the way, and we have not heard nothing from the great Klay Thompson, nothing on Twitter or Instagram since this breakup.
Yeah, he went live, I want to say either today or yesterday. I think he was on his boat. And he had a bandana on. He was either on a boat or he was on something. He was driving something, but it just showed him, and he was playing in the background. He was playing this rumors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was playing that. He's like, you know what I'm saying? These rumors keep, you know what I'm saying? So, and he said, man, I love this song. Yeah. So I don't like. What was he supposed to do? Like she was fronting the whole time, and for some of the pictures and the videos, it's like it's not like he was trying to wife you up. You was trying to wife him up. You know what I'm saying? And he was just going along with it. So he ain't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? You shot your shot and you missed. Since we talking about basketball and Klay Thompson.
So let me ask a question. If it is true that he brought her around his family, he brought her around his family.
Yes, he did that.
Do you think that he should have did that if she was just work?
Why not? People do it all the time. Just because he's famous, he can't do that?
So some people feel like if you're not taking someone seriously, you shouldn't bring your work around your family.
You know what I'm saying?
Which I say this. I've seen uncles and cousins do that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know there was a rule that I can't bring somebody, because if she's fine, I didn't know, just because I ain't wifing her up or I'm not dating her seriously, I can't bring her around the family. But apparently a lot of women saying, who brings their hoe around their family?
Lots of people. I done seen it done plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think lots of people do that. It's like, that's who you're dating. That's like, especially because it was a holiday season. So like you bring your date or you having something at your house, your date's going to be there, and your parents or your family or they're coming. Like, that's just normal. You ain't got to take them serious to do that.
I agree. I think some women are trying to stretch it. Before I get into the psychology of some of these hoes that's mad at Meg to the point where one host said, I wish that I would have got cheated on instead, because I feel like I could have dealt with it because Meg's been through enough. which I just was like, y'all hoes are sad. This is Meg's dating history so far. Moneybag Yo, Tory Lanez, Partisan Fontaine, the rapper, Romeo Luco, the soccer player, Torrey Craig, an NBA player. There was major rumors in the industry and confirmation from people like DJ Academic that she smashed the baby. And she dated Klay Thompson recently. That's 6. If you want to throw in the baby as someone she smashed, because we don't know other people she smashed, that's 6 to 7 niggas that she's dated in a 6-year stretch. That's a lot of motherfucking niggas that you fucking with, Rose, in a short period of time.
But in the words of Joy Taylor, man, it's raining dicks. So
it is.
So it's like she got to wear an umbrella. She got to bring an umbrella just so she don't get hit by a dick in her face.
It is, man. But at some point in time, if you're really, really a good, and let me rephrase this: if you're really a good woman, and you're as attractive as a Joy Taylor, definitely as a Meg, you're not going to be single very long. You're going to have someone like JT's with Uzi Vert. Like if you're really a good woman, somebody of value is going to want to snatch you up and take you off the market because you are attractive and you are legitimately a good woman. For Meg to have this kind of dating history, this sexual history, for her to rap about the stuff she raps about playing with niggas and stuff like that. Yo, I'm just amazed because so many women are sad for her when it came out publicly that when she was dating Tory, she cheated on Tory. And when she dated other niggas, she cheated on them. So I'm just trying to understand, Rose, like, when did y'all hoes get upset about someone getting cheated on? Because y'all plotted when Meg was cheating on these niggas that it was all good then. But now the rapper got the gun and these hoes seem like they just pissed off for whatever reason. Also, I just don't understand this logic that Meg raised up Klay Thompson's status.
No.
You think Klay Thompson gives a fuck about that? Like, let's just say that's true. I think that's different between women and men. Like, if you was to ask most women, I can give you a lot of money or I can make you famous where everyone know you. A lot of dumbass women would choose to be famous because they equate that to having money. If you was to ask that question to men, 90% of men would be like, man, give me rich. In fact, I know a lot of niggas who want to have the paper, but don't want to have the notoriety. They don't want to know who the fuck they is. They want to have money and just be ambiguous. So, like, you think Klay Thompson cares that you hoes don't know who he is? When Klay Thompson's probably worth $300 million, this nigga to sign at least 2 NBA contracts over $100 million. That has shoe deals and other endorsements. Bruh, from what my brother TTK told me, he got his own little thing going on, Korea or whatever, where he making major money. Like, he's probably worth safely $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had this conversation one night when we was chilling with everyone. Man, that athlete money is so much more different than entertainer money. I don't think hoes even understand that, Rose. Like, that athlete money is so much more different. Like, if we was to look at what Klay's net worth is and what Meg's net worth is, it ain't close.
Yeah, that's all. And that was the point. I was like, hoes. He was surprised in this situation, and she mad because she lost it. She got to be quicker than that. That WAP got to snap back quicker than that.
And you got to put it with bullshit. Like, I feel like I feel like if Sexy Red was with Klay, Sexy Red wouldn't even care. Like, I just feel like Gorilla, if she caught Brandon Ingram cheating, long as that shit's probably not no disrespectful crazy shit, I don't think she would be doing the shit that Meg doing. Like, I feel like Meg just feel like she the type of bitch that's not supposed to get cheated on. Any bitch can get cheated on. Like, Beyonce showed you that over 10 years ago when she said Becky was the good hair. Ain't no bitch too good to not get cheated on. Any bitch is too good to be cheated on. The same way you tell these fellas, keep your expectations low. Ladies, y'all need a female Rose to tell y'all keep your expectations low. Because when you with a nigga with that type of paper, Chris Rock told y'all back in the day, a man is only as faithful as his options. So if you with a nigga and he ain't really got no options, that's better than you, yeah, he might not cheat. But if you with a nigga worth 100 million, Rose, and it was a juice man, what he supposed to do? Like, Like when Klay Thompson, like the same way that Joy Taylor says it's raining dicks. Yeah, because she was a bad bitch. Like and I say that respectfully. She's a bad bitch. But you don't think it's raining pussy for niggas worth 100 million? Like these niggas, bruh, some of these niggas have showed people. Man, I'll show you my DMs. And they done pulled up and show niggas they DMs of Instagram models who be hopping their DMs. Like when you got that kind of money, you don't have to chase pussy. Pussy is chasing you. Like you said, Klay wasn't trying to wife Meg up. Meg was trying to get wifed up. Because when you worth that kind of money, guess what? Hoes want to, man, not only do they want to get wifed up by you, Rose, they want to get baby mama by you. So it's just a different game that's being played when you got that kind of money, man. And I feel like from Meg's standpoint, I feel like she's never experienced this. Because this is probably like when I'm looking at the nigga she dated, this is the first nigga that she dated that had a trump card. Like she was used to always playing that little joker and always winning her hand. And then someone finally said, I got the big joker though. And then she looked at it and said, what the fuck? So I ain't win this book? Nah, ho. Big joker won the book. What you got any more thoughts about what's going on in this situation and some of the online perception that women have about what's going on?
No, it's confusing to me about why they think, you know what I'm saying, that she's a victim. She's not no victim. Ain't nothing happened to her. She ain't no victim, but she's trying to play the victim. Ain't nothing happening to you. You know what I'm saying? He didn't beat you up. He didn't Donkey Kong you. He didn't. All he did was and this is not even having. It's nothing confirmed that he did anything.
It is what you. It's you saying he cheated, and some people say that this was like a publicity relationship or whatever, a relationship just to kind of get her back in the good eye of the public. That's what some people was saying online. And I think you sent me something, DJ Academic, which I thought was very true and funny. Yo, the reason why niggas are so happy for all the hoes who listening, because DJ Academic said this and I agree. Because when we see some of these trifling hoes getting wiped up, hey, it's fucking the game up. And to see this happen to Meg, it's almost like all is right with the world. Balance has came back to the world, Rose.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Like when Meg was with Klay, I could have swore I looked in the sky and I saw some fishes in the air, and I looked in the water, I saw pigeons swimming. But ever since I heard that they broke up, I was like, oh shit, everything back normal now. So I agree with DJ Academic on that, man. Like that is the reason why some of these women don't understand why some niggas, I'm not really one of them, because I don't care that deeply, but the reason why some niggas are so overjoyous is because when you get a woman that's basically a hoe like Meg, and you see her with someone like Klay, it's like, bitch, you ain't supposed to be with him. You supposed to be with Future getting dogged the fuck out. You ain't supposed to be with Klay Thompson. I know she went online and she had a whole bunch of tears and she was crying, man. We're gonna transition to TNT.
Tears or no tears. Dynamite.
So a crazy situation that happened. We talked about the NBA playoffs this past week. So while we was watching the T-Wolves handle the Nuggets, it was breaking news and it changed from the game. And, apparently during the White House correspondent dinner, a man broke in there and tried to, shoot the president and some other people, but was thwarted before it happened and was apprehended. We don't have too much more information on it except that, everything I just said. Rose, what's your thoughts on that situation?
I ain't got no tears. I think this was another thing that Trump set up to take everybody's mind off the dumb war that he started. And so he's like, I got to get back into good graces. Somebody tried to kill me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good idea. But how? And I don't want to get into all this CCTV footage and everything. It's like it just looks fake. It looks. I ain't gonna say it looks arranged. You know what I'm saying?
Looks scripted.
Yeah, it does. So it's I ain't got no tears though, man.
I got tears because it seems like we're in a society where we're starting to be fed false information by the news. Me and MJH was talking about why people my age range and younger don't watch the news like that, and why our older generation may still watch the news. I feel like it's getting to the point where the younger generation just don't believe the news no more because we saw Trump get shot at a year or two ago, and that pretty much won him the election, in my opinion. We see this incident that happened. And in fact, before this incident, there was another situation where there was another quote unquote shooter that was, I think, in Florida, but he got captured way before he got to Trump. We see this situation, and I remember we were sitting with Carl doing that, when everything happened, and he asked me like, but how did he even get there? Because of the kind of security that's there. And the only explanation I could give without saying it's fake is because this president is so unorthodox and has put so many people in positions they do not belong in, Rose, was to say he putting people that don't need to be in charge of security in security positions. Because outside of that, there's no other way I can explain when you get to just to get into a prison or just to get onto a base, it's hard to do. But when you get to that level of security, Rose, yeah, that is kind of crazy, man. And hey, man, it got us not talking about the gas prices and all the other bullshit going on. So to your point, it did distract people for just a couple hours. I was happy when they switched it back to the game because we got to see the T-Wolves dismantle the Nuggets that night. Talking about somebody, another shooter that got thwarted, and Angel Grandos de Diaz, a teenager at a high school in Oregon. He went in there and he had intentions of harming people for whatever reason. And the football coach by the name of Kenny and Lowe, as well as, the security person, basically grabbed him. They was able to take the gun from him. He hugged him and talked to him. And long story short, the young man is just on probation. He's not going to do no jail time at all. I got tears of joy. I got tears that nothing bad happened. And this just kind of just shows how easy it is to bring guns into a school. Luckily, the young man did not upfire on the football. I mean, the football coach and and Kenan Lowe. Luckily, he was able to thwart it. Luckily, we do have adults in positions of power at these schools that are willing to do this because and I'm not saying they should, Rose, but not every adult is willing to risk their life to protect the lives of other people's kids. And I'm not saying they should, but this was a good situation to happen. So I'm happy that nobody was injured or harmed.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears, but I feel like he should have got more than probation because he brought that gun in there. That's at least something. He should have been in some kind of YDC detention center, jailhouse, something for a little while because he need to go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He don't need no love. He needs some tough love.
Hey, can't disagree too much with that, man. So, moving on to another shooter who actually did, fire a weapon. So in a Taco Bell in West Palm Beach, there was a Taco Bell employee that got into an argument with a customer. The customer had asked for, a water cup, and apparently, I guess they tried to fill it with soda. The employee got mad, said something to them. It led to an argument. The Taco Bell employee pulled out that weapon, pistol whipped the individual, and the gun went off. I shouldn't, but I had tears of laughter, man, because when I saw the video and you was narrating the video as I'm watching it, and you was like, pistol whip that hoe. And then I see it as it happened. I'm like, God damn. Like, you really just put your gun out and pistol whip this bitch over because she broke the Taco Bell rules, which is some shit that we've all seen people do that. If you worked in fast food, we've all seen somebody get a cup for water and put soda in it. But this nigga said Bitch, this my job. I take you serious. Come here, ho. Bah. Don't you ever put no soda in my water cup again.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears, but this gonna teach y'all. Don't go to these people restaurant. Think you gonna get a water cup and hit the lid. You might catch something and it ain't gonna be the lid. You know what I'm saying? You gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I went to a restaurant not too long ago and I ordered water. Then I went to the soda machine. I couldn't figure out how to get the water. I done got something. It was sparkling water. I'm like, oh no, I don't want this. So I poured it out. I really wanted water. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want no soda. You know, I really wanted water. See, I wasn't trying to get knocked upside the head.
So moving on to something else that was explosive. So a Kiana Waddle, she got mad at her boyfriend after an argument, and while her boyfriend was in the bed sleeping, she had grabbed, they said, an explosive device / potential dynamite, threw it in the bed. Once the boyfriend realized what it was, he tried to grab it and throw it out the window, but it went off. It blew off his hand and part of his arm had to be amputated. And she got arrested. Rose, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I got tears for Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because, you got to be quicker than that. You got to be quicker than that, man. You know what I'm saying? If you go pick up a stick of dynamite, you got to be quicker than that. Either that or you need to run. You should have ran there with her and then Donkey Kong her like Buddy did at Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? If we're throwing that dynamite in there, and another thing, if it really was dynamite, where did you get dynamite from? TNT, dynamite, boom.
Yeah, and I don't have tears because I agree with you. If a bitch was to do some shit like that, my first instinct is not to pick it up and throw it. My first instinct is to get as far away from it as I can because I'm not trying to risk it going off, burning me, or the fact of I just don't know if this a long string or a short string. I'm just trying to get the fuck out of the room. Worst case scenario, I'm just getting them down low and I'm covering myself and protecting myself as best as I can. So, that hoe is stupid. And, in the words of Thugnificent, I wonder what he did to make that bitch so mad. Moving on to the last situation. So Julia Barbaro, who was like part of Homeland Security, the head of Homeland Security for Trump, was caught on a sugar daddy website trying to solicit different sugar daddies. Rose, what's your thoughts?
Man, I ain't got no tears for her either, man, because she was making a lot of money, but she was still on this site and using and getting these old men and getting them out their money. And it's like that was wild. And the only reason she got caught because she tried her boyfriend, what I'm saying? I guess did something, but he told on her. You know what I'm saying? Once he found out, and he said, "Because I feel like this is a security risk," and she lost her job. So, but what is wrong with that hoe? You know what I'm saying? I know this ain't what's wrong with him, but come on, man, this had to be a Trump hire.
Yeah, it was definitely a Trump hire. I ain't got no tears, just like you. I think it just shows how fucked up our system is because there's a lot of women who are nurses, correctional officers, school teachers, and some women who even have jobs at plants and factories making $100K a year, and they still out here basically trying to hustle niggas out of money because women like Meg the Stallion that we talked in the first topic, they just see these lavish lifestyles, Rose. Like I follow one girl who got out of school a couple years ago, is in radio technology or whatever, like the medical field, where she works with the machines, and she makes like 85 a year. And she basically is always posting like OnlyFans stuff, even though she makes 85 a year, because every time I look at her shit on Instagram on the weekends, she's on somebody's boat. And it's like you get these female celebrities who have these women thinking working a 9 to 5 and being able to pay your bills and being able to just do respectable stuff ain't enough no more. You gotta be living lavish. And like you said, she's making way too much money to even be trying to do some foolishness like this. So that's definitely crazy, man. But I ain't got no tears, man. And like you said, I don't know what's wrong with that hoe. What's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them?
So there was a situation where a man posted a video where he said that, him and his lady was together, they was driving, and the tire went out. So another man stopped and basically was going to help change the tire, started basically help change the tire. And he said, nah, I ain't gonna let you outman me and and be more muscular than me in front of my woman. Nah, you gotta go, buddy. And he said they waited like 35, 45 minutes for AAA to get there. Rose, what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, I don't know what's wrong with this hoe. And we ain't had a what's wrong with this hoe for the guys in a while. We finally brought one out. We probably brought one out of the closet, but Buddy might have been in the closet because he said he didn't know how to change a tire. I think you can't be a man and not know how to change a tire. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to do it. Like me, do I want to change a tire? No, I don't. But I know how to. And if I had a spare and I had all the tools to do it, if it, if I needed to do it, I would do it. But also, I'm kind of in the middle too because sometimes I did have a flat tire. It depends on where I'm at, and instead of me changing it, yeah, I called the insurance people to come do it because that's what I paid them for. You know what I'm saying? But I could have did it myself, and it been times where I thought I had the tools, but then the tools didn't work. So I really did need to call somebody. But for this dude right here, man, he's such a hoe. It's ridiculous how you can. And then the guy was going to help you, but you lied. Said AAA was only maybe 6 minutes away, but it was actually an hour away. When you could have been gone and about your business, but instead of accepting some help, you want to be a hoe and be like, nah, man, you not about to outman me. He already outmanned you. You not you're on a inch from not being a man. What you got?
Yeah, man, I don't know what's wrong with these hoes. First things first, shout out Nick Wright. To your point, why you not change the tire, buddy? Like that's something that we got to get back to doing, teaching our kids, men or women, how to change tires. Like you should. That's something that you should know how to do. Change a tire. You never know where you're gonna be at, and you never know what situation you're gonna be at. I just remember growing up, my granddad was like, "It's very important to always know how to change the tire and have the tools to change the tire in your car." And that's something as we've gotten more technology savvy, we've kind of gotten away from. So that's the first thing, bro. You should know how to change the tire. Two, nigga, swallow your pride, man. Cause I heard it and it kind of confused me because I'm thinking to myself, Rose, so what's the difference between him changing the tire and AAA changing the tire? Either way, it's gonna be a man changing your tire most likely.
Yeah.
Unless AAA send a woman out there. But would you rather a woman change your tire as you stand there and watch a woman? Like so now this woman for AAA is changing your tire, and you standing next to your woman in the hot sun and like, yeah, baby, you see this woman change the tire? She sure is helping us. Like, I don't understand it. Either way, it was gonna be somebody else changing your tire in front of your woman, unless you was gonna be like, hey, baby, hey, you shouldn't have to watch another man change the tire on our car. Oh, you gonna change it? Nah, but turn around and look that way. That's the best you could have did in this situation. And then to your point about wasting time and just sitting there, your time ain't valuable to you, dog. My time valuable. 45 minutes, an hour, man, I would have been like, hey, yo, thank you, bro. Man, appreciate it so much. We would have been here an hour waiting for AAA. Man, thank you so much, dog. And I would have been on my way and got the fuck on, man. Like, I definitely thought that was crazy, man. Like, niggas out here want to look macho, but they don't want to do macho shit. And that's the problem with a lot of motherfuckers, bro. Like, so that is some hoe ass shit, man. That nigga, you look like a hoe, and your woman should look at you very differently. Not because you can't change the tire, buddy, because you was willing to basically let y'all sit there for an hour because your pride got in the way. Moving on to the final topic of the night. talking about pride. Pride is a very strong emotion. A woman. There was a video that was sent to the group chat of a woman talking, and she said that a lot of family and friend groups have this one person that because they're so demanding and domineering in their personality, everyone basically has to massage their ego and their personality and to keep them happy. So even if someone was to correct them and be correcting them, like they're right, that they tell them they shouldn't do this, or they was to challenge them or check them, once the person goes off or starts exploding because they don't like that, Rose, now everyone is looking at the person who challenged them, even though everyone else felt the same way and they did nothing wrong, and they're basically saying they're wrong because they brought the mood down because you're not supposed to talk, but you're not supposed to tell Frank not to do that because Frank can't take criticism well. And she basically said at the end of that statement that those people that enable those people in the friend group or the family are just as toxic as the person doing the behavior. What's your thoughts on everything she said?
I felt it. I felt where she was coming from, and I understood where she was coming from because that what she said. I believe what she said was true. You know what I'm saying? I think her points were valid, and and she was cooking with hot grease. You know what I'm saying? She was cooking when she was talking, and that's sad that that happens, and people have to deal with it, and nobody wants to, you know what I'm saying, poke the bear. You know what I'm saying? Even though that sometimes you need to poke the bear because the bear's not supposed to be in the house. You got to make him get out. So you just poke it with the stick a little bit, get out of here. But it, and she was like, they're what she said, they're holding everybody, they're emotional um hostages, yeah, holding everybody hostage. You know what I'm saying? And that was, and I thought she made a good point, and I felt her, and I don't know how to get too much more deep into it, but right now, but I think we all have to stop that, and I think it probably starts with probably communication, if and it could be a sit down, or it could be I probably that's probably shouldn't be a phone conversation. It probably should be a face to face conversation. Sometimes it could be a phone conversation. I don't know, but I think it starts with communication. Somebody needs to. Can't be quiet all the time. You know what I'm saying? People have to start speaking up, and that one person shouldn't be left out there by themselves.
Two words, but really three: fear and self preservation. Those can be so helpful to us because those two words, if you combine self preservation, are the reason why man Rose has been able to evolve into where we are today. You know, like fear teaches you, hey, don't touch fire, don't run off the cliff. Self prevention helps you be able to live and pass your genetics on. But the issues with that is it makes you a slave to bullshit and it makes you bitch made. And and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to anybody who feels like that's them. I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you just allow fear to control you too much, or you allow your self-preservation to kick in too much. And in this situation, when I say self-prevention, what I mean is we all chilling. It's five of us. One person is being belligerent, and they being disrespectful to the person sitting to my left. And I know they're being disrespectful, Rose, and I know they're taking it too far. But because they're not aiming that ire at me in that moment, I'm safe and secure. So I'm just going to sit here and be quiet and let them abuse and denigrate this person to my left and disrespect this person to my left. And this person to my left is looking at me like, damn, y'all don't see this shit. Y'all not going to help me out and get this nigga off my back. But I'm so worried about, I don't want to have to get into it with that person. I'm willing to basically sacrifice you. And that's something we shouldn't be doing. Like, we shouldn't just be sacrificing other people that are not wrong. Now, if two people just arguing Rose, nigga, you arguing with that nigga, that's both y'all arguing, bro. I'm not getting that argument.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody just attacking you for no reason and disrespecting you for no reason and doing the most, if we all are family, if we all are cool, all right, Fred, man, chill out, man. Like Rose just trying to chill, and you keep on ragging on him, bro. You keep on trying to cuss him out. You keep tripping on him, bro. Hey, chill the fuck out, man. Start this nigga out, man. Oh, so you want some of this too? Nah, I don't want none of this, man. But you need to leave us the fuck alone, though, bro. We here trying to chill, bro. We done grill some hot dogs and hamburgers, and we just trying to watch a football game. And you want to argue with this nigga about some dumb shit that he not even trying to argue with. Like we do gotta understand that. Hey, man, self-preservation can fuck you up. And to me, that's how I look at it. Like, there's a lot of times, so what you describe, people don't want to speak up because they don't want to get involved in bullshit. And they're afraid of, man, now I got to get into it with this individual. You know, and you do have to pick and choose your battles. But so unfortunately, it seems like people are too willing to basically allow too many battles not to be fought. Sometimes you do got to have courage and speak up, and I ain't gonna say protect other people, but I'm gonna say to stand with other people. If you know something is wrong, stand for what's right. Don't just turn the other way and allow a family member or a friend to just do some bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and I like that self-preservation thing that you said because and that's how it is a lot of times. It's like that sometimes. You could be at work, it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? People, it's like, oh, I ain't trying to be on that list. You know what I'm saying? I'm just worried about myself right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to protect my peace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes somebody got to fall on the sword. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be better if it was more than one person falling on the sword, because then it'd be like, oh, I thought it was nothing. I didn't know it was a problem.
Yep.
I never knew it was a problem.
Because
You're the only one saying something to me, or nobody else said anything to me. I just thought, man, you were just bumping heads. But when it's a collective, it's like, oh,
maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe it's something else. Because and that's the thing, and that's the other aspect of this. Because I know there are people I've talked to that be like, okay, cool. So what if you do that? What if Rose's getting bullied and I decide to stand up for you, and now this person's attacking you, but Rose decides to go hide in the corner? We can't do that either. Like we do have to understand it's power in the collective. Like to your point, we all have to say something. So it's like, nah, man. Like if it's a person at the table and we trying to just chill, we all have to eventually get to the point, hey yo, Fred, man, chill out, man. We all trying to chill. And then everyone starts saying at the same time, yeah, man, why are you tripping right now, man? Yeah, what's the problem, man? What who pissed in your cereal, my nigga? Yeah, who pissed in your cereal? Like we all do gotta come together, man. And sometimes, maybe it's not always public. Maybe in family members, families or friend groups, and I've had this happen in my family where we've had some people in the family that different people throughout a week or a month had to call a family member and be like, yo, yeah, man, I ain't trying to get in your business, man, but I heard this, you got this going on. And it's like, yeah, man, my auntie called me, auntie called me, and this cousin called me, my brother talked to me, now they got you talking to me. Nah, they ain't got me talking to you, man, but I'm just seeing the same thing everyone else seeing, bro. And I'm just like, yo, you going on a path that's not really productive, man. Hey, hopefully by that fourth phone call, it starts clicking that, yo, something ain't right. And it's the same way in friend groups. Sometimes, hey, if you know something going on, bro, you might need to pick the phone up and be like, I don't want to argue with this nigga today, but I did tell Rose I would talk to this nigga. Let me pick the phone up and call this nigga. Hey, yeah, Frank. Yeah, man. Remember when we was chilling the other night? Yeah, man, that shit you did wasn't cool. What you mean? I didn't think it was cool, bro. I didn't want to say nothing then because you was drunk and this and that. But it just seemed like every time we chilling, you always doing this. You gotta kind of fall back, bro. Like, you kind of making it to the point where we don't want to hang out with you no more. So like the stuff the lady was saying, I think is very like relevant and pertinent. And it's something that like it I hate to say it like this, Rose. It's one of those things that it just starts with each individual. It starts with you looking in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said, looking at the man in the mirror. It starts with yourself and just saying, I have to be the one to say something. We all can't just keep passing it off and saying, well, maybe Rose gonna say something, maybe Vertizi gonna say something, maybe Juice Man gonna say something, maybe MJH gonna say something, maybe Nicole gonna say something. No, you can't think like that. When you think like that, guess what happens? We got a trash can that's full of trash, Rose, and guess what happens? We all walk by it thinking the next person's going to dump it. Mm-hmm. At some point in time, you have to walk by it and say to yourself, yo, this trash is full. I need to dump it. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's something that a lot of times we just don't necessarily think too deep about. We just continue to walk by the trash till one day we in the room and now there's ants in the house, it's bugs in the house, and we argue with each other. Well, why you didn't dump the trash? Well, why you didn't dump the trash? Why you didn't dump the trash? We all saw the trash was full, and everyone walked by, and the excuse was, well, I thought you was going to dump it. That is not an acceptable excuse.
Yeah, that ain't gonna fly. You got flies all around and everything too. Yeah, but that ain't gonna fly. But it just a collective is always gonna be better than a single person. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3, 4 is always better than one. You know what I'm saying? It's like if one player only got or a pimp only got one hoe, you know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna go. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need at least 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? 3 or 4 is a lot better than one. You know what I'm saying?
So. And I'll say this before we close, and man, and I want to take it macro. Because we talking in the micro, I want to take it macro. It's the same way in society, man. Like, in society, when we see certain groups being discriminated against, when we see things going on in our community, we can't always just think that that's someone else's problem to deal with and we don't have no say. Like, nah, man, we all have a duty to and a right to say something and speak up and be the cause for change, man. Like, you know, there's plenty of things that we can do, man. Like, there's elections going on right now. Go and vote, man. Shout out to MGH. He showed me that him and his wife voted, man. Shout out to them. You know, there's things in our community we can do. We can be part of community plan groups, man. You know, we can be part of the neighborhood watch. Like, there's always something we can do to benefit more than just ourselves, more than just our direct family. Like, we can help our community and we can help other, you know, groups of people too. So, like, this what this lady has said is, like, from the macro perspective, we do got to keep in mind that, you know, one band, one sound. Like, if we all are striving for peace and love and prosperity, then all the other bullshit will eventually be, you know, subsided. Any final thoughts, Rose?
No, I know I talked about this probably last weekend too, but please go out and vote. You know what I'm saying? It's early voting right now. It started. You know what I'm saying? Go out and vote. You know what I'm saying? And do your research. And this election day is May 18th. I think I'm gonna keep pushing this. You know what I'm saying, to everybody, to the vocals, and so y'all can hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, go out and vote.
Yeah, man. I saw the Michael movie this past weekend, and it was great, man. It was 9 out of 10 for me, man. I thought it was amazing, man. If you get an opportunity, man, go see the movie, man. It's amazing. It's like going to a concert. Like, the music was great. It sounded amazing. I originally didn't plan to see it in IMAX, but the only showing available for me and Nicole was IMAX. So when I saw it in IMAX, I told her as soon as the movie ended, I'm so happy we saw it in IMAX because it just looked so great on screen, but the sound was so amazing. And it's always great for us to support a Black director and Antoine Fuqua, you know, Black actors, Nia Long, Coleman Domingo, Jafar Jackson, the lead is Michael Jackson. Like, we're supporting Black actors in the movie theater, a movie that's for Black people, about the greatest artist of all time, man. So, you know, in the words of Ebby and Rakim, peace.
Catch us at the next light, man. We in traffic, and I'm back quiet.
Mr. DJ Rose, Vertizi, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, though with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.